What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel, and thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoy this video, hit that like button, and if you are new, please consider subscribing. Welcome to episode 1 of a new series I'm doing called Chopped, and I have several knives here that I'm going to be making these videos with at the moment, but I figured there's no better one to start out with than the Spyderco Yojimbo 2. One of my favorite knives. I love this Yojimbo 2. I love the ergos. I love the action. Such a good knife. Great blade shape. The ergos are freaking amazing on this knife. It's so good. But let's say you really like this knife, and you live in a state where you have to be under 3 inches with what you carry. Well, you could send it off to someone like Blade Shops and get this done. Believe it or not, this is a Spyderco Yojimbo 2. Yeah, I'm as shocked as you are, trust me. This is a Spyderco Yojimbo 2. It's hard to believe that this is the same knife. I mean, look at this. Doesn't even look like the same knife. You could call this a new model number and sell it, and nobody would know the difference. The only way you would know is the way the writing is done on the blade, the labeling, because that had to be, to make this cut. It throws that off center and takes the G out of golden. But other than that, you'd never know this is a Yojimbo 2 or that had been chopped. Let's do some measurements real quick. I want to see how much we lost, how much length was taken off. All right, this knife, here, let me do it this way. It'd be better without the pocket clip in the way. All right, the Yojimbo 2 is 7 3/4 long. The original Yojimbo 2, and this Yojimbo 2 is exactly 7 inches long. So 3/4 of an inch was taken off this knife. The handles had quite a bit taken off too. Mine does have aftermarket handles on it, or scales on it, but they're the exact same size as the OEM scales. So right here you had like a 1 1/8 inches, and up here you had inch and a half. Up here now you've got 1 1/4 inches, and back here still got about 1 inch, a little over 1 inch. So the amount of metal that was removed from this knife and how it turned out, it's pretty impressive. I mean, the fact that the only way I can tell anything was done to this knife is by the writing on the blade. Everything else just looks like it came from the factory that way. It's done so well. I mean, the cutting and grinding of the scales is done to perfection. You'd never know it. Just fantastic. The only place you can actually see anything is right here at the butt of the knife. The liners are exposed right there at the tip because of how much they took off. So titanium doesn't wrap around them anymore, but honestly that's not a big deal. You'd have to really nitpick to look for that and see it, unless you knew what you were looking for. But the way the blade's been cut, it looks like it came from the factory. You'd never know somebody cut this and grinded this down and polished it back up. This knife reminds me of something, but I cannot think of it. I want to think it kind of reminds me of the McBee a little bit, like a larger Spyderco McBee. I don't know, something, maybe that's not the one I'm thinking of. Something, this knife reminds me of a knife, but I don't know what I'm thinking about. Makes me think of something, but I don't know what it is. It just looks familiar for some reason. But yeah, this is impressive. How's the action after cutting all that metal out? Let's see. Because Yojimbo 2 has fantastic action. Yeah, excellent action. Excellent action. Just like a Yojimbo 2. Wow. Alright guys, I think that's going to about wrap it up. Pretty massive, drastic change here. I mean, you're not just making a smaller knife when you do this, you're making a new knife. It's an entirely different knife at this point. It's like a new model that you just created. So, very, very cool. If you guys have ever had any knives chopped, comment below and let me know which knives you've had chopped. Who did your chop? And why? Did you do it because for legal reasons, because of where you live, or just to make a new knife? I'm like super impressed with this. Super duper impressed. This is done so well. Yeah, pretty amazing. I'll give you guys an up close before I wrap this up. I mean, done so well. So well. Right there's where I'm talking about the liners. That's the only spot other than right on the blade you can tell anything was even done to it. Here's the show side. Yeah. Pretty impressive. Very impressive. It's like an entirely new knife. It's like buying a new Spyderco knife that's not been created yet. It's pretty awesome. All right, guys. Comment below, like I said. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And I will see you guys on the next one.